Okay, we've got everything bolted together on the ends, and now we're going to begin to put the long panels up. And as we put these panels up, we're going to want to bolt them as we go because you won't be able to reach in there if you're by yourself. So you want to bolt as you go. By the way, this tank that we're building right here is a Core 10 or an A606 metal is what it is. And it will go and it'll rust down, and then the rust will slow down. It's something that they use on guardrails and a lot on bridge girders. I also want to show you, Ariel, come here. Come here. Show y'all my black lab. She's kind of my sidekick. Come here, girl. Sit down. Sit. That's her. She helped me build these tanks. All right, go, girl. Go. All right, here we go. Again, you'll want to bolt these as you're going up with them. Keep them finger tight. We'll tighten everything up and we get all together. top panel on. And that's it. All the panels are on this side. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, now that we've got all the tank together, it's time to tighten it. And you got to be sure whenever you're doing this, you need somebody to help you. And I've got my buddy. He's inside the tank right there. You can see him. And you use a 9/16 socket. And I'm using an impact, but you can use a ratchet on this. I don't recommend a wrench because there's not enough room in there. Whenever you tighten, though, you want to make sure your panels and your inside track are. Let's look at this. Make sure your inside tracks are lined up on the inside. So you got play in the panels to move them up and down before you begin to tighten them. So you want to make sure, in this case, we have everything nice and even. So we want to begin to tighten, and we're going ahead and make sure that by tightening the top one. And you want to tighten your long panels first on either side. So tighten this row, then you want to tighten this row over here, and you're going to come to this side, and you're going to tighten this row, and then you're going to tighten this row. Once that's done, and everything's nice and even, you're going to come down here and you're going to tighten the inside panels. You're going to tighten, however, you tighten down here, and then over here, and then the same thing, down and down. Now that we've tightened everything up, we're going to install the corners. If you'll notice on your corner, we have a down arrow. So when you install your corners, you also, since you are going to be using a drill, you want to be sure that you have your eye protection on and you're wearing your glasses. You don't want any shavings to get in your eye. I've had that happen and it's not comfortable. Most important thing is to make sure your corners are pushed in good and that you're even with the top. You don't want it to be up too tall or it will hold your top that goes on there and allow mosquitoes to get into your rainwater. So make sure it's even or just a little bit below it. Put your screw in. Then you'll go to the bottom. Make sure your corners are pulled in. And you put your screw in. Fill in your intermediate. That's all there is to installing your corners. Okay, now it's time to install the lid. And if we'll have marks on here that you'll line up on the edge here, and they'll be down on either corner. Okay, once your lid's lined up, get your self-tap screws, not this gun. Again, make sure you have your safety glasses on. Do all four corners. And if you're building it up close to your house, which you will be, for the most part, you won't have access all the way around it. That's okay, you can work off of one side of it. You just have to have a step ladder to do that. Then fill in your screws. From the middle.